Hey, welcome back. I have a very interesting knife here today. This is the Spiro Shamwari 2.75 inch. These were from Blade Show 2023 and are really nice, but really small. So let's take a look and see what we think here. I just made a trade on this, so I was actually able to buy it in person. It's 2.75 inches, M390. With the Spiro or Spirograph pivot hardware there. I guess you call it the over travel stop and whatnot. So let's first get a size comparison versus the 3-inch. Gosh, the 3-inch feels huge by comparison. When I first felt a 3-inch, it felt small. But this one now feels very large by comparison. So there's a 3-inch to compare. And yeah, let's do a quick measurement and weigh in, and then we'll get into the overall experience of a 2.75 versus the 3, because I think it's mostly going to come down once you're already under 3 ounces. Like, size doesn't matter that much at that point. It's mostly going to come down to like, what do you want in terms of blade length and mostly how it feels in your hand, which the 3-inch for me feels a lot better in my hand personally. But for someone that maybe doesn't have an extra large hand, may not be the case. Now you may notice also this one has a different blade shape. In fact, I'm going to do this on this side. It's going to look a little funny, but it'll be much easier for me, so sorry for that. All right, just over 3 inches here, with a total length of 7 inches, and you're getting about right about 3 inches of cutting edge, maybe 2.9. Total overall length on this 2.75 is like maybe 6.375. Blade length 2.75, cutting edge 2.65 or maybe 2.75. So definitely a difference in size here. This one also is a Cheka, so it's more of a spear point style blade. This one is a more traditional draw point blade. But man, the 3-inch never looked so big. Now, how big are these compared to other knives? Here's a Demco 80-20.5, so much smaller here than the Demco. Not much. You can see cutting edge wise, they're actually pretty similar, but a smaller handle. These both run on washers, and although they're not drop shut and super fidgety perhaps, man, they are very nice feeling. This 2.75 is part of a more recent run where he seems to have made the detent a little stronger. I also handled one of the 3.3s from this year, from 2023, where the detent felt stronger to me. And I don't really know what's causing that, but they seem either like more susceptible to lock bar pressure or stronger detent or something. Something's changed in 2023 in the way that they're doing these. When I say he, I should say they, because it's Bull Knives now, is both Gareth Bull and Jason Bull. But it is harder to deploy than the ones that I felt more recent. They're like from 2021, 2022. The detent on particularly the late 2022 3-inch is much lighter. And you don't need it to be strong. Like, this is a very small little, nub. You don't really want that to be a very strong detent, or it's pretty hard to get it out of there, frankly. So I prefer the detent being a little on the lighter side on these knives personally, just because it's kind of tear yourself up trying to deploy these things when you have to push against this little highly jimped corner too many times in a row. But wow, 2 ounces on that 2.75 is insane. Like, you're talking about 2 ounces for 2.75 inches of cutting edge, 2.5 inches on the 3-inch. Like, these are some of the most efficient knives ever brought out in full custom, full tie. It's pretty awesome. And they don't even have a relief on the inside. They didn't do any milling to take out the tie on the inside. Like, it's pretty crazy, really, that they waste so little. Extremely efficient build, nice thin scales. All of them have perfect centering in my experience. definitely don't want to drop one of these on the blade. As you can see, it is a very thin tip, so you would not want to drop this on the tip of the knife at all. This is what I'm talking about here on the stronger detent. I cannot get this one to go out with that part of my finger. So it is quite a bit stronger. I'm talking like 50 to 75%, maybe even double how hard I have to push versus this one. Significant difference, so it's considerable to know that. Some of the earlier ones are even much lighter than this. I have this older 3-inch that's probably from like 2019 or somewhere between 2018 and 2020 here. Probably 2018 or 2019 if I had to guess. And this one's even lighter and easier to deploy. This one's on bearings, which I don't think is the reason for the difference, but maybe. But yeah, so yeah, cool knife. Probably not for everyone, but definitely a cool one, and excited to add that one to the collection. I now have a 2.5, a 2.75, a 3, and a 3.3, so good stuff. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.